Okay, hey guys, I hope all of you are doing fine. Okay, so guys, today's session is on grammar questions, grammar for OMETs. That means other management entrance tests. And the idea of today's session is to discuss a variety of questions that target the different OMETs, that is obviously SNAP and MAT, and the other exams. Okay, and I hope you have like some of you might have seen the yesterday session, and what I'm planning to do, I'm going to ask some questions, and then we take those questions for discussion. So I give you around 30 seconds to go through the questions, and then I take it for discussion. Okay, so in this way it helps us to revise a lot of concepts of grammar, and and it also is an interesting activity. Okay, so I'm going to show you some questions. Then I will give you some time to look at these questions. You can answer those questions, and then we take it for discussion. Okay, so so let's get started. Now, guys, this is what my profile is. I have an MA and MPhil in English literature. I've been training students for the last 11 years, and I've scored 99.74 percentile in the CAT 2016. And I hope you have downloaded the app. Okay, so guys, you can download the app. Once you download the app, you have to use my code as the referral code. Okay, so the idea is that whether you go in for the paid version, and even if you go and access the free content. Okay, for the free content also, you can always use this code. Once you use this code, you can access all the free videos that I've put out in the platform. And those of you who have not downloaded the app can always download the app and use this referral code of mine. So you'll get the free code. Uh, और यू कैन सजेस्ट अदर्स हु आर प्लानिंग टू ज्वाइन फॉर 2021. तो आपका कोई फ्रेंड है जो 2021 में कैट देने की प्लान कर रहा है, so that person can obviously use my code, and as I already told you, like this is something that helps the algorithm to make my courses more popular. Okay, so if you use this referral code, okay, obviously that helps me in a way. Okay, once you use this referral code, you get a 10% का discount, so your fees reduces by 10%. The best plan that we have is the 1 year plan. ठीक है, तो 1 year plan है. आप नहीं कर रहे प्रिपेयर, आप फ्री कंटेंट एक्सेस करो. ठीक है, आपका कोई फ्रेंड है जो मे बी शायद 2021 के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहा है, so you can always ask your friend or anyone who's preparing for like the 1 year plan to actually use this code to get a 10% ka discount. Those of you who want to have the free content, obviously HSync can be used, and I've put out a lot of content uh, for free as well, right? So guys, this is the plan for today's session. So now let me show you the plan. Okay, so first we look at some of the important grammar topics, like though we have already discussed it yesterday. Grammar strategy, question types in OMAT, and mixed bag questions. Okay, so guys, we are going to take mixed bag questions. That means questions from different topics. Okay, so now before I start, let me tell you 2 3 things which are very important for those of you who are planning for SNAP 2020. ठीक है, तो यार guys करना क्या है, ठीक है? See, one is that as we have discussed yesterday, that there are two things that we are targeting. One is grammar and the other is vocabulary. So one is the strategy for vocab and the other is the strategy for grammar. Now, as far as grammar is concerned, those of you who are following me, my plan is that I will be covering almost all the topics of grammar. So even watching my sessions and going through every question that I discuss in these sessions will give you a very good insight of what grammar is all about, and it will help you to revise all the grammar concepts. ठीक है, तो बहुत से लोगों की problem होती है that they find the grammar to be boring or maybe like tough. Even like some people find grammar to be tough. So my suggestion would be that at least you can go through my sessions. Like today, I had a session on articles in the morning, 4 o'clock. Those of you who are not having the Unacademy app can download the app and use my code referral code HSync. तो वो मैं session का link डाल दूंगा. ठीक है, I will put the link in the comment and you can go through the link and you can access the session. Again, I would put the link in the comment once the session is done, and you can go and watch my videos on vocab also. So guys, till now I have covered around 1000 words. So I will put the link of all the 4 videos, and you can actually go and see those videos. Okay, it will help you in some way. Okay. Acha. Now for vocabulary, I think we will be covering a lot of words. So even if you are following me, if you follow my sessions for the next 1 month, I think you will learn a lot of vocabulary from the sessions itself. And see, it's an interactive session, so I enjoy talking to you people. I know a lot of you personally. ठीक है, तो I enjoy it in that sense. Okay, so you can always ask questions. Okay, vocab and grammar are two areas that I like very much, and I always enjoy questions. So you can always ask me questions. Okay, so this need not be a monologue. Okay, it's better done if it's a dialogue. ठीक है, तो आप लोग पूछ सकते हो questions. ठीक है, तो मुझे एक interaction का एक तरीका मिल जाता है, and like obviously that is something that will make the whole thing interesting as well. Okay, so guys, when it comes to grammar, there are few topics that are very important. Okay, keep these topics in mind. You will always have questions from nouns. You will always have questions from articles. Okay, you will have questions, some questions from adjectives. Then you will have questions from conjunctions. Conjunctions is a very important topic. You will have questions from tenses. Guys, on tenses, we have a session on Sunday. Okay, I will put the link. Okay, so वो session अपने को देखना है because tenses is one topic that is very important. Then guys, conditionals is like a very important topic. Okay, I will take this topic. Okay, so just watch for my sessions, and like you will find that conditionals is one topic that is very important. Okay, then you have modifiers and idioms. Modifiers तो खैर ज़्यादा मुश्किल नहीं है, it's a easy topic. Okay, we try to learn some idioms and phrases as well. Okay, for that we have a session. And then finally we also look at some of the foreign phrases. Okay, which again like is something that requires a bit of cramming. ठीक है, because vocab देखो यार, ultimately end of the day you have to learn, whereas grammar is more logical and vocab is something that requires I would say your skills of remembering things. Okay, how you can train your memory to remember more. Okay, so vocab and grammar are like two distinct things, right? एक में पूरा लॉजिक है और एक में आपका मेमोरी है. ठीक है, so for vocab you have to train your memory. Okay, so we have methods for that. Okay, and then for the grammar you need logical skills. Okay, so obviously people who enjoy logic enjoy grammar more. Okay, so chalo, so let's get started. Okay, so this is my code. Okay, so let's get started guys with the session. Let's get started. Okay, so this is the first question that we see on the screen. Have a look. This is the first question that we see on the screen. Again we have 30 seconds. Okay, 30 seconds है हमारे पास, and then after that I take it for discussion. Okay, so guys, have a good look at the question and tell me if you can tell me what is wrong in the sentence. I'm looking at the chat box. Okay, so in a typical exam you will get around 20-30 seconds, so उतना ही मैं time दे रहा हूँ. And okay, Om Prakash, the cutoff for SIBM Pune is 99 percentile, right? So 99 percentile के लिए for that you need at least an attempt of 50 plus. ठीक है, जो कल मैंने डिस्कस किया था कि भाई 50 plus attempts करने पड़ेंगे, इंग्लिश पूरा करना पड़ेगा. इंग्लिश में 12 to 15 क्योंकि मैथ्स और लॉजिक पूरा नहीं कर पाओगे, बट इंग्लिश if you are good, okay, you can actually attempt the whole English section. Okay, so for that you need a 99 percentile for SIBM Pune. SIBM Bangalore के लिए you need a 97 percentile. ठीक है, तो 97 परसेंटाइल में SIBM बैंगलोर आपको कॉल कर लेगा, 96 तक में भी कर लेगा, बट फॉर SIBM पुणे विच इज लाइक द टॉप मोस्ट कॉलेज ऑफ दिस SIBM, ओके, इट विल रिक्वायर योर 99 परसेंटाइल. ठीक है, but there are a lot of colleges at 85 plus also, like SIOM is there. ठीक है, then you have other colleges. I think there are like more than 20 colleges of symbiosis. ठीक है, SIMC is a very good college. ठीक है, जो 90s के अंदर आता है. ठीक है, तो यार ऑप्शंस तो बहुत ज्यादा हैं सिम्बायोसिस में, अगर आप क्रैक कर लेते हो, इफ यू आर समवन हु कैन क्रैक दिस एग्जाम, ओके, आई थिंक देयर आर लॉट ऑफ ऑप्शंस. ओके, so I can see the answers. Lokendra says A option. ठीक है, Vipul says E option. ठीक है, okay guys, anyone else would like to try this question? Have a look. What do you think should be the answer? Okay, chalo, let me take this for discussion. Okay, so guys, let me take this question for discussion. So Lokendra, your answer is absolutely correct. The answer is A option. Okay, and let me tell you the reason. Okay, Rashi says D option. Rashi, ये concept तो अभी आज ही पढ़ा था ना अपन ने. ठीक है, haven't you taken that 4 o'clock वाला session? A very important concept of articles that we discussed. Okay, so guys, let me explain this concept. This is a very important concept. देखो, what happens, there's a difference between little and a little. When I say little means negligible. That means like this is something that has a negative connotation. When you say little knowledge is injurious, okay, so negligible, आप किसी चीज के बारे में बिल्कुल कुछ नहीं जानते, little का मतलब ना के बराबर, negligible. On the other hand, a little has a more positive connotation. Why? Because a little is just like some, right? Now look at the context. Now let's look at the context. Okay, now you will know the answer. Little knowledge of music that he possessed proved to be a boon, guys. Proved to be a boon. भाई उस बंदे के लिए वो एक boon बन गया. That means we are referring to some knowledge. Just imagine this. Can I say that negligible knowledge थी उसे? Obviously not. Because what I'm trying to say is that he had at least some knowledge, and that some knowledge that he had of music proved a boon for him. Am I right, guys? ठीक है, सो उसको जो थोड़ा बहुत नॉलेज था म्यूजिक का, उससे उसको फायदा हो गया. एंड बून इज लाइक वरदान. ठीक है, सो व्हेन आई से समथिंग इज बून फॉर मी, ओके, इट मींस इट्स अ ब्लेसिंग. So guys, it's clearly a positive situation. Okay, so I don't need a negative connotation ka adjective little. I need a positive connotation wala a little, because what I actually want to say is some. So guys, this is the answer. The answer should be a little. A very popular question, very popular question. Answer is A option. Okay, so I hope all of you have understood this question. Okay. Okay. And guys, believe me, like क्योंकि देखो मेरे को लगता है कि ना कई लोगों का ये प्रॉब्लम भी होता है बहुत ज्यादा कि भाई अपन ग्रामर को थोड़ा सा डल, थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजिंग हो जाता है, इसलिए नहीं कर पाते. ठीक है, सो आई थिंक as far as the concepts are concerned, you can always come up with your questions, whatever questions you have. ठीक है, सो आई होप ये समझ में आ गया. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पे मूव करते हैं. लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. ओके. Okay, so guys, this is the next question that we have on screen. The question is, one should be true to one's word in order to earn name and fame in the life. One should be true to one's words in order to earn name and fame in the life. Okay, quickly tell me what should be the answer. Is it correct? Is this correct, guys? Is the sentence correct? Or is it erroneous? If it's erroneous, then what is the problem with the sentence? एक बार, हाँ जी, anyone who would like to try? Okay, so Vipul says D option होना चाहिए. Okay, Vipul. Okay. Okay, Lokendra says B option. Okay, good, Lokendra. Anyone else, guys? Anyone else would like to try? Okay, Vipul again. Okay, Vipul says B option. Okay, Lakshita says B option. Okay, Lakshita says B option. Pranav says B option. Vidit says B option. Okay, so I can see that most of you, I believe, have cracked the question. ठीक है, तो मुझे लग रहा है यार समझ में आ गया तुम लोगों को. Okay, see, the idea is that when I say one should keep one's word, okay, this is basically an idiom that means one should keep one's promise. ठीक है, तो basically ना यहाँ पे मैं word as in like जो letter से बनते हैं उस word की बात नहीं कर रहा. I'm referring to promise, and the idiom is to keep one's word. Okay, so guys, this is the idiom, to keep one's word, and that essentially means to keep your promise. Right, now if you look at the context, I'm referring to that sense of keeping your promise. Okay, one should be true to one's word. That means one should keep his promise in order to earn name and fame in the family. Okay, in life. So in this case, I don't need this S, because you cannot obviously pluralize something which is already an idiom. Okay, which is basically a rigid structure of English. So that means that in this case, it should be one should keep one's promise. So guys, बड़ा easy सा question था. I think most of you have answered it. Okay, so that is really good. That means most of you know the answer. Okay, that's good. Okay, answer is B option. किसी को नहीं पता था? So just have a look at this question. This is one of those cliched question that gets asked in almost every exam. ठीक है. So आपको ना generally देखो questions है ना easy लूंगा मैं. ठीक है. I'm just taking the basic questions so that like you just become enlightened to as in like how questions come in Snap. Snap में भी easy ही questions आएंगे. ठीक है. Okay, so guys, this is one more question, and let me give you a hint, guys. This question is from the chapter nouns. Okay, so I've made it easier for you to answer the question, and I'm looking at the chat. Let's see who answers this question correctly. Okay, previous question, I think 5-6 people answered the previous question correctly. Have a look at this one and tell me what is the answer. I visited Kashmir and found the sceneries to be marvelous. What do you say? What is wrong in this sentence? I visited Kashmir and found the sceneries to be marvelous. Okay, Vipul says B option. Okay. Vidit B option. Lokendra B option. Okay, okay. Pranav says B option. Okay, good. Rajat says B option. Achal Jain says C option. Okay. Okay. Lakshita says B option. Okay. So guys, I think let me see how many of you answered. Lokendra has answered correctly. Pranav correct answer. Rajat correct answer. Rashi correct answer. And Lakshita correct answer. Okay. So the answer is that if you look at this word sceneries, okay, you cannot pluralize it. It should be scenery. यार एक क्वेश्चन पूछूं आपसे can anyone tell me the reason why you cannot make a plural of the word scenery? Can anyone here tell me the concept why you cannot pluralize the word scenery? Now there are a lot of words in English like stationery, scenery. Okay, these words cannot be pluralized. My question is this: that can anyone tell me? Yes, Vipul, you are absolutely right. कि ये जो scenery है, okay, that is always singular. You're absolutely right. But can you tell me? Can anyone tell me here? Okay, anyone who is watching this session, can anyone tell me the reason for this? Can anyone tell me the reason for this? ठीक है, क्योंकि जनरली हम लोग तो यार रट लेते हैं, बट हम रीजन नहीं जानते. Okay, so can anyone tell me just the reason for it? Baki answered. I think many of you have answered it correctly. Okay, so Vipul says scenery is a group of everything that exists in nature. Vidit Sogani says it's uncountable. Vidit, in a way, yes, you are right. It's uncountable. Rashi says it's uncountable. मैं तुम्हें ना reason बताता हूँ. उसका actually reason क्या है? देखो एक चीज observe करना. There is something called an, like, we all know that abstract nouns are uncountable. So in that sense, Vidit has answered correctly and Rashi has also answered correctly, because हमें पता है कि abstract nouns जैसी एक चीज होती है which are uncountable. And what is an abstract noun? An abstract noun is basically the name of an idea, of a feeling, of an emotion or a concept. So a lot of us don't know what is this name of a concept. ठीक है? So guys, this is what a concept looks like. Name of a concept. Concept is basically a general term that we use for a type of things. In that sense, Vipul has also given one idea. Concept का देखो फंडा क्या होता है? जैसे मैंने आपसे कहा फर्नीचर. आप में से कितने लोगों को पता है that furniture cannot be pluralized? There is no word in English like furnitures. You know why? Because furniture in itself is just a concept. There is not even one thing that you can call a furniture. It's a type of things. It's a concept. जैसे मैंने आपसे कहा, जैसे चेयर है, टेबल है, ठीक है, you have a lot of other things like you have chair, you have table, okay, you have a desk, okay, they are all counted as furniture. But do you know what? You cannot say that I need one furniture. पता है क्यों? Because furniture in itself is nothing. Furniture is just a general name that we use for a type of things. Furniture is a concept. Furniture is just one term that we use for a type of things. ठीक है, अभी जो furniture है, furniture एक general term है. Similarly, stationery is a general term. Similarly, a scenery is a general term. So guys, these general terms that we use for a type of things, okay, they are technically uncountable because they are put in what is called as abstract nouns. ठीक है, तो abstract noun है, concept है. अब एब्स्ट्रैक्ट नाउन होने के रीजन से सीनरी जो है वो आपका प्लूरल नहीं हो पाएगा. सीनरी इन इटसेल्फ इज नथिंग. ओके, सीनरी जस्ट रेफर्स टू दी टू द कलेक्शन ऑफ द सराउंडिंग्स, ट्रीज, योर लेक्स, whatever mountains you have. Okay, so when you take all of them together, they are categorized as one concept we call as scenery. Okay, and that is what an abstract noun is. This is uncountable. Okay, so you cannot pluralize it, right? So the answer is option B. Okay, moving on. Okay, coming to the next question. Tell me what should be the answer. Okay, with it, here is not uncountable. Okay, with it, here is actually see. Do you know what? Here is not uncountable. This is a case just like stars. Okay, normally people say stars uncountable होते हैं, but पता है आपको stars countable ही होते हैं. It's just that it is like it is infinite in number. राइट, हेयर के साथ बस फंडा ये होता है कि हेयर का जो सिंगुलर है और जो प्लूरल है वो सेम रहता है. ओके, सो it's not abstract, okay, but then that is how it is. There are certain terms for which singular and plural are just the same. Okay, so guys, let's see. I have people saying Rajat, Vipul says D option hoga, no error. Okay, Rajat says A option. Rashi says A option. Lokendra says A option. Priyal Mehta says A option. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of people who are answering A option, A option, A option. Okay, good. बट मैं तुम्हें अब एक चीज बताता हूँ, ठीक है, यहाँ पे only one person, Vipul, has answered this question correctly. Rest everyone is answering incorrectly. The answer is D option, no error. You know why? Because the word police, cattle, public, media. Okay, guys, remember these terms. They all are always plural. You know why? because for these terms are just like people and children, which are technically always plural. ठीक है, कभी तुम बोल सकते हो अ पीपल या कभी आप बोल सकते हो अ चिल्ड्रन, नहीं बोल सकते, क्यों? बिकॉज वी ऑल नो दैट पीपल एंड चिल्ड्रन आर बाय डिफॉल्ट प्लूरल. पुलिस refers to a plural entity. Cattle can never be one. Okay, if you want to refer to uh, one cattle, okay, you cannot say one cattle, you have to say one herd of cattle. Okay, so यहाँ पे जो ये सारे के सारे वर्ड्स हैं, ठीक है, वन हेड ऑफ कैटल, सॉरी, जो सारे के सारे वर्ड्स हैं, पब्लिक है, मीडिया है, कैटल है, पुलिस है, ये हमेशा प्लूरल ही रहता है. ठीक है, आई विल टेल यू व्हाई. रजत, ज्यूरी प्लूरल नहीं होता, ज्यूरी इज अ कलेक्टिव नाउन. ठीक है, ज्यूरी जो होता है वो सिंगुलर होता है. ठीक है, और ज्यूरी जब डिवाइडेड होता है ना, तब वो प्लूरल बन जाता है, फॉर द रीजन दैट आई डिस्कस्ड यस्टरडे. ठीक है, सो गाइस, दिस इज वन क्वेश्चन दैट समवन हैज आस्क्ड मी कि ज्यूरी का फंडा क्या है. देखो, ज्यूरी इज अ कलेक्टिव नाउन. ज्यूरी इज टेक्निकली सिंगुलर. दैट मीन्स whenever you use jury, okay, you use it with a singular verb. But if the jury is divided, ठीक है, डिफरेंस ऑफ ओपिनियन हो गया है. आपने कहा ज्यूरी आर डिवाइडेड, एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट है, बिकॉज व्हेन द कलेक्टिव नाउन इज डिवाइडेड देन आई यूज प्लूरल वर्ब विद दैट. तो एक ज्यूरी वाला वो केस छोड़ दो, बाकी अदरवाइज ज्यूरी हमेशा कलेक्टिव नाउन होगा, तो उसमें आप हमेशा आर यूज करोगे. ज्यूरी सॉरी इज यूज करोगे, अदरवाइज डिवाइडेड है तो आर यूज करोगे, लाइक ज्यूरी आर डिवाइडेड, राइट? Okay, okay, so guys, I think ये समझ में आ गया. Remember these terms, okay, like media is plural, public is plural, cattle is plural, police is plural. These are terms that are just like people and children, which are by default always plural. इनका singular जो word होता है वो different word होता है अगर exist करता है तो. ठीक है, जैसे media का singular is medium, okay, police का singular is policeman, cattle का singular is one head of cattle, a head of cattle या two head of cattle. ठीक है, टू हेड ऑफ कैटल, समथिंग लाइक दैट. ठीक है, so cattle in itself is default plural. ठीक है, so whenever you see these terms, okay, always use it with a plural verb. Okay, look at this question. The snake charmer caught a 6 feet cobra. The snake charmer caught a 6 feet cobra. Okay, Vipul says B option. Okay. Lokendra says D option, no error. Okay. Okay, Vidit Sogani says D option. Okay. Chalo, guys, let me tell you the answer. I think almost all of you have got this wrong. Okay, the answer is going to be C option, that is 6 foot cobra. Okay. Now let me try to explain you the concept. Okay, so look at this. When you look at this term 6 feet cobra, what is happening? This term 6 feet is basically your noun modifier. Okay, so this is the modifier and this is the main noun. Cobra is the main noun. Now, if you remember this concept that when you look at a noun modifier, which are mostly the adjectives, okay, you cannot pluralize a noun modifier. That is the reason why we never say, for example, we never say 100 pages book. कभी ऐसे बोलते हैं 100 pages book? नहीं बोलते. The reason is that this 100 pages is actually acting as a modifier to the noun book. So whenever you use a noun modifier, and this is basically an attributive case of an adjective, that means जो आप word use कर रहे हो ना, noun से just पहले use कर रहे हो, तो जो noun से just पहले जो attributive adjective आप use करते हो या noun modifier आप use करते हो ना, that is always taken in singular. So we never say 100 pages book, we always say 100 page book, and this is the reason. Okay, so हम में से कई लोगों ने इस चीज को लर्न कर रखा है, बट देन दैट इज द रीजन दैट व्हेनेवर यू यूज अ नाउन मॉडिफायर इज ऑलवेज सिंगुलर. A noun modifier is always singular, like mostly it is an adjective, and obviously the adjectives cannot be pluralized when you are using it to pluralize the main noun. So what you can pluralize? You can pluralize the main noun, that is cobra, but then you have to keep the noun modifier in singular, so obviously it becomes singular, it becomes 6 foot cobra. Okay, Vipul, the concept is this. सपोज जैसे यार मैंने एक आपको कहा 100 years, लेट्स से 100 years ओल्ड टेम्पल, ठीक है, तो आपको आंसर मिलेगा 100 ईयर ओल्ड टेम्पल, और आपको शायद रीजन नहीं पता चलता होगा। उसका रीजन ये होता है दैट दिस टर्म 100 ईयर ओल्ड इज एक्चुअली मॉडिफाइंग द नाउन टेम्पल। ठीक है, तो ये बेसिकली जो है ना, ये आपका मॉडिफायर हो गया। मॉडिफायर का मतलब कुछ नहीं होता, मॉडिफायर इज जस्ट लाइक अ टर्म दैट टेल्स यू समथिंग अबाउट अ नाउन। इन दिस केस यहाँ पे देखो 100 पेजेस बुक के अंदर, ये जो 100 पेजेस है ना, ये किसकी इन्फॉर्मेशन दे रहा है? इट्स गिविंग यू द इन्फॉर्मेशन अबाउट बुक। ओके, सो द बुक इज द मेन नाउन एंड दिस टर्म 100 पेजेस, ठीक है, दिस इज बेसिकली द नाउन मॉडिफायर। ठीक है, तो तुम्हें करना क्या है कि जो नाउन से जस्ट पहले जो टर्म आता है ना, जो नाउन को मॉडिफाई करता है, यू हैव टू कीप दैट टर्म इन सिंगुलर, बिकॉज एज पर दी रूल्स यू हैव टू कीप दी नाउन मॉडिफायर इन सिंगुलर, राइट। सो अभी अपने क्वेश्चन पे आते हैं। ओके, नाउ द क्वेश्चन वाज 6 feet cobra. Now cobra was the main noun, you can pluralize the main noun cobra. Okay, but then as far as 6 feet is concerned, this 6 feet is plural because feet is plural. So what is the singular of feet? Okay, it is foot. Okay, so आपको singular करना पड़ेगा, so it becomes 6 foot cobra. आया समझ में? ठीक है। ओके, फॉर एग्जाम्पल जैसे 10 डजन्स एप्पल नहीं बोलते ना, अपन क्या बोलते हैं? 10 डजन एप्पल। ओके, तो बस वही चीज है, यहाँ पे आपको ना 6 फुट करना पड़ेगा। ठीक है, एंड इट्स अ वेरी पॉपुलर क्वेश्चन। आई होप ऑल ऑफ यू हैव अंडरस्टूड दिस। ओके, सो विपुल, आई थिंक ये समझ में आ गया तुम्हें। ओके, आई होप यू गॉट द कंसेप्ट। शैल वी मूव ऑन टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन? ओके, so guys, let's have a look at the next question. So this is the next question on the screen, and let's see how many of you get the answer. Okay, so the question is: we have read two-thirds of the novel, and we have four options A, B, C, D. You tell me what should be the answer. Is this sentence erroneous or is it like perfect? हाँ जी, क्या लगता है? What do you think? Is this sentence correct? Okay, Deepshika says B option होना चाहिए. Okay, good Deepshika. Okay, Vidit Sogani says B option होना चाहिए. Very nice. Okay, Vipul says B option. Okay, okay. Okay, Deepshika, absolutely, absolutely. Yes, Deepshika, that is the answer. Okay, Lokendra says B option. Okay, guys, all of you have given the correct answer. Deepshika, correct answer. Vidit, correct answer. Vipul, correct answer. Lokendra, correct answer. And this is the concept. If there is someone who does not know the concept, this is the concept. When you have the fractions, always look at the numerator. If the numerator is more than one, then use S with that fraction. अभी यहाँ पे क्या है? You have two-thirds. That means the numerator is more than one. ठीक है, numerator is more than one, so you say two-thirds. Okay, you said two-thirds. Now there can be a scene where the numerator is less than one. Sorry, the numerator is one. Okay, so when you have numerator as one, okay, then you say one-third. ठीक है. Okay, so very basic concept. Numerator को देखना. If it's more than one, then use S with that fraction. If it's more than one, then use S with that fraction. So obviously we have like a two-third. Two-third की बात हो रही है. Two-third मतलब यहाँ पे हो जाएगा two-thirds. Okay, so guys, this is the answer, two-thirds. Okay, so I hope all of you got this. Okay, moving on to the next question. Okay, so guys, you have the next question on screen, and tell me what should be the answer. I've still not filed my income tax return. Okay, and then there is one option that says no error. So maybe there's a chance that the sentence has no error. ठीक है, हो सकता है इसमें no error हो. Okay, so you just tell me. What do you think of the sentence? क्या लगता है भाई? What do you think? Okay, Lakshita says B option होना चाहिए. Okay. Okay, Vidit Sogani also says B option. Okay, okay. Okay, Vipul says A option होना चाहिए. Okay. Deepshika says D option होना चाहिए. Okay. Lokendra says B option. Okay. Okay, chalo guys, let me tell you the answer. Okay, now almost like I think there is no one who has answered the question correctly. Actually, the answer is C option. The answer is C option. C option. C option. Okay, the answer is C option. Okay, now let me explain why C option. ठीक है, मैं explain कर देता हूँ why C option. Let me explain why C option. देखो, look at this term. When you say income tax return, ठीक है. Now this is an error of colloquialism. This is an error of colloquialism. This error is just like saying he lives in a boarding. Okay, whereas the correct term is boarding house. Right. This error is just like saying that he's a very sporty person. Now there is no word in English like sporty. Okay, so you can say he's a sportsman, but you cannot say he's a sporty person. Okay, so these errors, guys, are the errors of colloquialism. There's nothing like income tax return. Okay, you don't file the return of income tax. You actually file the returns. You never file the return of income tax. It's a colloquial expression that we use, but that expression is not grammatically valid. It should be income tax returns. So यहाँ पे ना returns आएगा and this is the answer. Okay. So there's nothing like income tax return ki filing. Okay, it is always the returns that you file. So when it comes to the returns, okay, never say income tax return. It is always income tax returns. Okay. So now if there was someone who did not know this, okay, so this is something that you need to keep in mind. There are a lot of errors of colloquialism. Okay, like for example, there's nothing like boarding. It's always a boarding house. Okay, just like there's nothing like income tax return. It's always income tax returns. And similarly, there's no custom department. It's customs department. तो यार ये क्वेश्चन भी बहुत आता है, ठीक है. लाइक इफ आई से ही वर्क्स इन द कस्टम डिपार्टमेंट, अभी मैं बोलूंगा कि यार कस्टम डिपार्टमेंट, यस लुक्स करेक्ट. Okay guys, this is also wrong because you never work in the custom department, you actually work in the customs department. Error of colloquialism. Okay, this is like a common expression that we use. There's nothing like custom department. Now custom can be used for traditions, it can be used for the rituals that we have, but when it comes to the department, okay, when it comes to the duty that you apply on the goods, okay, it's not custom duty, it's customs duty. Okay, the customs duty has increased, the customs department has seized the contraband. So never say custom department, always say customs department. Okay, so guys, I hope all of you got the point, and this is a question from nouns. And let's move on to the next question. Let's see. Okay, so guys, on the screen you have the next question, and let's see who can answer this one. Okay, chalo, let's see who can answer this one, guys. Okay, Ram is junior than Shyam and older than Ganesh, and then there is an option that says no error. ठीक है, so what do you say, what do you say, क्या है भाई, सही है sentence, is this sentence correct? Okay, 30 seconds guys, and then I take it for discussion. 30 seconds guys. Lokendra, A option. Okay, chalo, Lokendra says A option is the answer. Okay, okay, Swati says A option, good. Okay, Rajat says A option, Rashi says A option. Okay, chalo, let me take this for discussion. Priyal says A option. Okay, so guys, all of you have answered the question correctly. Lokendra, Swati, Rajat, Rashi, and Priyal. Okay, all of you have answered the question correctly, and let me tell you the reason for that. See, when you use these terms, junior, senior, superior, inferior. Okay, just keep these terms in mind. Anterior, posterior, and one more, prior. Okay. Whenever you do comparison with these terms, always use the preposition to. Always, always. Never use than with it. Okay, so whenever you want to compare two things and you want to use these terms, junior, senior, superior, inferior, anterior, posterior, and prior. Okay, हमेशा ध्यान रखना that you have to use preposition to, then is not allowed. Okay, so you never say he's superior than me, it is he's superior to me. Okay, never say he's inferior than me, always say he is inferior to me. Okay, so with all these terms, junior, senior, superior, inferior, anterior, posterior, and prior, always use the preposition to. So guys, this should be Ram is junior to Shyam and older than Ganesh. Okay, so the answer is this. Okay, that is A option. Okay. Okay, Lakshita, I hope you got the answer. Okay. Okay, moving on. Let's move on to the next question. Now, this is an interesting one. India is more beautiful than any country of the world. Okay. Let's see who can answer this one correctly. India is more beautiful than any country of the world. Nice. Let's see who can answer this one correctly. हाँ जी, कुछ रॉन्ग है इसके अंदर या करेक्ट है? Is this sentence correct? Okay, so Deepshika says B option. Okay, so Deepshika, you believe that more beautiful नहीं होना चाहिए ना? ठीक है, that is what you think, right? Okay, चलो. Lokendra says B option. Okay, Swati says B option. Okay. Okay, 10 more second guys and then I take this for discussion. जल्दी बताओ क्या आंसर होगा. Okay, Rashi says C option. C option. Okay, and Rajat says C option. Okay, Nachiket says D option. Nachiket says D option. Okay. So I think two people have answered this question correctly, Rashi and Rajat. Rashi और Rajat का answer correct है. ठीक है, the answer is this, C option. Okay, and guys, let me tell you this concept. It's a very important one, and some of you may be really confused कि यार ये C option कैसे आ गया भाई. बहुत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कंसेप्ट है और काफी पूछा जाता है क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, विद दिस होगा नहीं, एब्सोल्युटली. देखो होता क्या है. लेट्स से दिस इज इंडिया एंड दिस इज द रेस्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. ठीक है, रेस्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. So understand this, that when I say this is India, the countries apart from India, that is rest of the world, would be what? All other countries. ठीक है, या फिर any other country. Any other country. Now when you want to compare India with some other country, तो इंडिया को इंडिया से तो कंपेयर नहीं करोगे ना. अभी सपोज जैसे मैंने कहा इंडिया इज बेटर देन ऑल कंट्रीज. इंडिया इज बेटर देन ऑल कंट्रीज. तो एक माइंड में क्वेश्चन आएगा कि यार एक चीज बताओ, ऑल कंट्रीज में तो इंडिया खुद भी आ गया. ठीक है, so you have to exclude India. You have to exclude India, right? Because you are comparing two things. You are comparing India and rest of the world. अभी एक चीज यहाँ पे गड़बड़ हो रही है, जो मैंने एग्जांपल लिखा, इंडिया इज बेटर देन ऑल कंट्रीज बिकॉज ऑल कंट्रीज इंक्लूड इंडिया. Okay, so what do I do? Use other. Use other as an adjective. Okay, simply say India is better than all other countries. India is better than all other countries. Okay, so the logic is this, guys, that when you exclude India from rest of the world, okay, the other countries should, like, it should not be all countries, it should be all other countries. It should not be any country, it should be any other country. ठीक है, बिकॉज आप ना इंडिया को इंडिया से थोड़ी कंपेयर कर दोगे. यू कैनॉट कंपेयर इंडिया विद इंडिया, राइट? ओके, नाउ कमिंग टू द क्वेश्चन. ओके, सो कमिंग टू दिस क्वेश्चन, इंडिया इज मोर ब्यूटीफुल देन एनी कंट्री. अरे भाई, व्हेन आई से एनी कंट्री कैन बी एनी कंट्री, राइट? ओके, it may include India as well, right? So what do you do? Okay, you say any other country. Any other country. And remember this, I'm comparing two things. I'm comparing India and rest of the world. ठीक है, तो वहां पे ना ये फंडा लगता है. एंड दिस इज समथिंग दैट अप्लाइज टू अ लॉट ऑफ सिचुएशंस. फॉर एग्जांपल, गोल्ड इज कॉस्टलियर देन ऑल मेटल्स. गलत है भाई. गोल्ड इज कॉस्टलियर देन ऑल अदर मेटल्स. गोल्ड इज कॉस्टलियर देन ऑल अदर मेटल्स. गाइस, बहुत 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 इंपॉर्टेंट फंडा है. ठीक है, एंड if this was the first time you knew this, like you have listened to this concept, okay, keep this in mind. This comes a lot in the exams. Okay, so जिसका भी गलत हुआ था, ठीक है, आप एक कंसेप्ट ध्यान रखना. This is a concept of adjectives. It's a very popular question, and this is how it has to be solved. I hope all of you got this. Okay, and you can always reply in the chat box if you have any confusion, right? Chalo, next question पे move करते हैं. Let's move on to the next question. Let's see who answers this one. Okay, so this is the next question. The population of India is going to be more than China in the next 2 or 3 decades. तो बताओ क्या आंसर होगा. What should be the answer to this question? हाँ जी, क्या आंसर होना चाहिए? What do you think? Okay, Lokendra says A option. Guys, what should be the answer? Lokendra says A option, Rajat says B option. हाँ जी. Last 20 seconds and then I take it for discussion. Swati says B option, Rajat says B option. Other people, anyone who can answer this question? Sure. Okay, so I think most of you don't have any idea. Okay, so let me take this. Okay, Lokendra says C option. ठीक है. Deepshika says E option. So Deepshika, you believe that there's no error in the sentence? Chalo. Okay, Lakshita says E option. Okay. अब देखो गाइस, मैक्सिमम लोगों का गलत हो गया, ठीक है। आई थिंक टू पीपल हैव आंसर्ड दिस क्वेश्चन करेक्टली, रजत एंड स्वाति। ओके, दीज टू फेलोज हैव आंसर्ड दिस क्वेश्चन करेक्टली। ओके, लेट मी टेल यू द रीजन व्हाई। सी, द रीजन इज वेरी बेसिक, द रीजन इज वेरी बेसिक, ठीक है। This is a concept of the pronouns, okay, and that is how it is. देखो, the population of India. So you're referring to the population. You're not comparing India. You're comparing population of India. So now population should compare it with the population. So in this case, you're comparing population with China. Now what you can do is you can say the population of India is going to be more than population of China. ठीक है, that is one thing. तो भैया आप ऐसे बोल दो, population of India is going to be more than the population of China, ठीक है, than the population of China, or you can say the population of India is going to be more than that of China, ठीक है, or you can say the population of India is going to be more than that of China, because that which is a pronoun here refers to the population. Okay, so guys, this is the answer. The answer is B option. I hope you understood the logic. The logic is that you cannot compare population of one country with the other country. You have to compare population with population. That means you need what you call as the pronoun. Okay, so the comparison is between the population and the population of India and the population of China. So you say the population of India is going to be more than that of China. Okay. Okay, so guys, I hope ये question समझ में आया। अभी मैं एक दूसरा क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ, लेट्स सी हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू कैन आंसर दैट वन। ओके, इट्स अ वेरी सिमिलर क्वेश्चन, आई एम गोना आस्क यू based on a very similar concept. Okay, so let's see who can answer this question. Okay, so I'm writing the sentence here and I will watch the chat box. Let's see who can tell me the answer to this one. So if I say the speeches of our PM, the speeches of our PM are better than the ministers. Okay, so guys, this is the sentence. The speeches of our PM are better than the ministers. The speeches of our PM are better than uh, the ministers. Okay, so I'm just underlining some parts. The speeches of our PM better the ministers. Okay, so this is A, this is B, this is C, दिस इज डी। मुझे बस आप ये बता दो कि इसमें आंसर जो है वो कौन सा होगा, और आंसर को जब मैं करेक्ट करूंगा तो वो करेक्ट आंसर क्या आएगा, ठीक है। जस्ट 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 टेल मी द करेक्ट वाला पार्ट। एनीवन हु कैन नाउ टेल मी द आंसर, बिकॉज आई थिंक यू हैव अ लॉट ऑफ हिंट फ्रॉम द प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन, ठीक है। तो बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट कंसेप्ट है ये, ठीक है। तो लेट्स सी हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव अंडरस्टूड दैट कंसेप्ट एंड नाउ कैन आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन ऑफ ग्रामर। लेट्स सी, जो लास्ट वाला क्वेश्चन किया था ना, वेरी सिमिलर टू दैट। Quickly. Okay. Yes, Deepshika. Good, 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 good. Absolutely. Okay, so fantastic. Okay, so Deepshika, you have you have really what should I say? Like you notice the exact the gist of the whole discussion. So this is how it is, guys. The noun in this case is speeches. So guys, the noun is plural here. ठीक है, अभी ना क्या है कि लास्ट वाले क्वेश्चन में ना नाउन अपना ना सिंगुलर था, so plural noun has to be replaced by a plural pronoun. So now in this case I cannot say the speeches of our PM are better than that of the ministers, right? Okay, लोकेंद्र यही गड़बड़ हो गई, देखो यही गड़बड़ हो जाती है ना। प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि अपन ना दैट लगा देते हैं, बट यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट इज अ प्रोनाउन दैट रिप्लेसेस अ सिंगुलर नाउन, बट इन दिस केस द कंपैरिजन इज विद समथिंग प्लूरल। प्लूरल है ना, ठीक है, स्पीचेस इज प्लूरल, स्पीचेस इज प्लूरल, सो नाउ द कंपैरिजन आल्सो हैज टू बी डन इन अ प्लूरल सेंस। क्या होगा आंसर, प्लूरल प्रोनाउन यूज करो, यू से दोज ऑफ द मिनिस्टर्स, because that is singular and those is plural. So this is the answer. Okay, the answer is obviously D option, no doubts about it. The answer is D option, no doubts about it. But then this is when the question comes and fill in the blanks. Okay, so the answer is the speeches of our PM are better than those of the ministers. Okay, those of the ministers. Okay, so I hope you got this question. Okay, so समझ में आ गया, ठीक है, चले नेक्स्ट पे। ओके, चलो मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट ग्रामर क्वेश्चन। ओके, गुड। चलो guys, okay, so this is the next question and let's see who can answer this one. Conceptual question guys, and very similar to the last question, last अभी मैंने किया था एक क्वेश्चन उससे सिमिलर है। Let's see who can answer. It is beyond any controversy that no boy in this class is as good as Rajesh is. Okay. It's beyond any controversy that no boy in this class is as good as Rajesh is. Guys, 30 seconds. That is what you get in Snap also. क्या आंसर होगा भाई यहाँ पे? अब क्वेश्चन का ना फंडा पता है, लास्ट वाले जो अपन ने दो क्वेश्चन डिस्कस किए ना उनसे वेरी सिमिलर है, बहुत सिमिलर है. ओके, सो पद्मा says C option. Okay, Padma. Is anyone else who can answer this question? It's a grammar question. Snap level, conceptual. Lokendra C option. Good, 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 good. Okay, so two fellows have answered. Guys, last 10 seconds and then I take this question for discussion. जल्दी से आंसर बताओ, ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट है नहीं. रजत करेक्ट आंसर, दीपशिका करेक्ट आंसर. सो गाइस, दिस मींस दैट नाउ यू हैव अंडरस्टूड द कांसेप्ट, क्योंकि सबने आंसर सही किया है. ठीक है, एवरीवन हैज आंसर्ड करेक्टली. ओके, पद्मा, लोकेंद्र, रजत एंड दीपशिका. सो दिस इज हाउ इट इज. इट इज बियॉन्ड एनी कंट्रोवर्सी दैट नो अदर बॉय. Why? Because you have Rajesh and then you have rest of the class. Okay, then you have rest of the class. So you cannot compare Rajesh with Rajesh, right? Rest of the class. Okay, so rest of the class implies other boys because Rajesh himself is a boy. Okay, that means boys excluding Rajesh. Boys excluding Rajesh. So boys excluding Rajesh means other boys. So it should be no other boy. Okay, so that is the answer which I think almost all of you have answered correctly. Lakshita, reason समझ में आ गया? Okay, Lakshita, did you get the reason? Okay, did you get the reason? Okay, you don't have to retract the answer if you just tell me if you got the reason. Okay, we can always get these questions wrong. Okay, तो उसमें कोई problem नहीं है. Okay, you got the reason right. चलें next पे. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, let's see how many of you answered this one correctly. Okay, Lakshita, good. Chalo, let's see. A very interesting question. Let's see how many of us answer this question correctly. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Okay, Lakshita says, acha, okay, typing error. Okay, okay, okay. Do not give us any kind of written instructions, only verbal instructions will be enough. Okay, Lokendra says D option will be enough. Okay. Guys, have a look at this question. See, the quality of a typical snap level question is that a snap level का question will not take you more than 10-15 seconds. ठीक है, तो कभी भी ना बहुत ज़्यादा complex और बहुत ज़्यादा lengthy questions आप practice मत करना. ठीक है, the questions will be exactly of the sort as you see on the screen. Okay, this is how a question will look like. It won't take you more than 15-20 seconds to answer if you know the concept. Okay, the questions are all conceptual. Okay, so guys, I can see here maximum people are answering C option. Okay, so Lakshita C option, Nachiket C option, Rashi Khandelwal says C option. Okay, okay. So guys, all of you have answered correctly because this is what the idea is. Written ka opposite is oral. Many people think that the written ka opposite is verbal. No, verbal is anything that has to do with words. Okay. Verbal means related to words. It can be oral, it can be written. Verbal simply means that it has been expressed in words. ठीक है, verb is basically a मतलब Latin के अंदर verb basically refers to word. ठीक है, verb का मतलब ना word होता है, तभी तो हम लोग कहते हैं ना verbose person. Verbose is a person who uses a lot of word, loquacious, garrulous, verbose. ठीक है, so guys, verbal का ना कोई मतलब oral नहीं होता. Oral means what you speak. Written is what you write. Okay, the opposite of written is oral. ठीक है, verbal is something different. Verbal simply has to do with words. Okay, so very easily I can replace the C option with, instead of verbal, say oral. Okay, so that is the contrast that we need here. The answer is option C, and I can see many people have answered this question correctly. The answer is C option. Okay guys, moving on to the next question. Let's see who can answer the next one. Rajat, sorry to ask you, attempt RC snap because of it's a one exam. Okay, Rajat, I will tell you see, RC, you can, like, if you have a good speed, you can attempt the entire English section. ठीक है, जो last class में मैंने कहा था ना, तो अगर आपका थोड़ा बहुत स्पीड है तो आप ना पूरा का पूरा इंग्लिश सेक्शन अटेम्प्ट कर सकते हो इन 12 to 15 मिनट्स, राइट? अभी होगा क्या, देखो 12 मिनट्स 15 मिनट्स में जितना तुमसे हो जाता है ना उतना तुम कर दो. Minimum time you require for vocabulary, minimum time you require for grammar. Okay, anything apart from vocab and grammar, it will take you more time. The passage is not going to be more than one. ठीक है, पूरा पैसेज में ही तो टाइम आप दे सकते हो, क्योंकि vocab और grammar तो मुश्किल से कितना मानते हो आप, 5 मिनट्स में खत्म हो जाएगी. 12 क्वेश्चंस ही है ना, 12 क्वेश्चंस में लेट्स अज्यूम दैट 4 क्वेश्चंस 5 क्वेश्चंस आर आउट ऑफ लेट्स से पैसेज. ठीक है, जो बाकी का जो पोर्शन है, ठीक है, वो तो आपका मुश्किल से 5 मिनट्स में कंप्लीट हो जाएगा, राइट? और पैसेज भी क्या होता है यार, पैसेज इज लाइक अ वेरी बेसिक लेवल का पैसेज, राइट? ओके, लाइक यू डोंट नीड इवन नीड अ प्रैक्टिस टू डू दैट पैसेज. ओके, लाइक इफ यू हैव बीन प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर कैट इट इज नथिंग. ठीक है, अभी ये सैंपल पेपर लोग कह रहे हैं सैंपल पेपर करके देखो, ये करो वो करो, लेकिन देखो फंडा क्या है यार, मुझे क्वेश्चन ही नहीं आता, मैं सैंपल पेपर में क्या करूंगा, राइट? ओके, पैसेज तो वैसे ही हो जाना है. लाइक एवरीवन नोज हाउ टू डू अ पैसेज. पैसेज में तो सब बंदा स्कोर करेगा. 4 क्वेश्चन आते हैं पैसेज के, आएंगे. लास्ट ईयर 8 क्वेश्चन थे, अभी आधा हो गया तो वो 4 क्वेश्चन मान लो, और 4 क्वेश्चन हर बंदा सही कर देगा. हाँ, 12 मिनट्स में हो जाएंगे कि नहीं हो जाएंगे, बिल्कुल हो जाएंगे, क्योंकि यार वोकैब और ग्रामर में ना मुश्किल से आपको ना 5 मिनट लगता है पूरा पेपर करने में. ठीक है, क्योंकि वोकैब और ग्रामर में सिर्फ आंसर्स होते हैं. ठीक है, अभी लक्षिता सी ऑप्शन. Okay, so let me. This book is as good. Okay, so Nachiket, correct answer. Swati, correct answer. And there's a person SS. Okay, so someone with this name SS, correct answer. Okay, so you never say as good. The expression is as good as. So whenever you use good for comparison, the complete expression is as good as. ठीक है, so कभी भी as good नहीं होता कुछ. It is always as good as. That is the complete like complete expression for comparison. So the answer is B option. And 3 people have answered the question correctly, Nachiket, Swati and SS, and that is the logic, so B option. Okay, moving on to the next question. Okay, so let's see who answers this. 30 seconds, guys. हाँ जी, क्या आंसर होगा भाई? What should be the answer? Okay, Deepshika says C option. Okay. Okay, anyone else? Before I take this for discussion, any guesses, guys, on this one? Okay, C option. Okay, Rashi says C option. Okay, Lokendra, see, where can you get more questions of this sort to practice? Any source that is authentic and that can give you the reason. Any source. जहां से भी आपको reason मिल जाता है, ठीक है? Okay. Now, what I've said is that every day for the next 1 month, okay, I'm taking like around 2 hours, 2.5 hours का session every day. तो मुझे तो लगता है इससे ज़्यादा तुम्हें टाइम ही नहीं मिलेगा. अगर तुम सिर्फ मेरे सेशंस भी अटेंड कर रहे हो, आई एम पुटिंग 1 session on app and 1 session on YouTube daily. ठीक है? तो कुछ और नहीं कर रहे तो भी आपके बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस इसमें हो जाएंगे. Okay, so guys, I can see some people have, many people have answered C option. Okay, so C option is the correct answer. Deepshika, correct answer. Rashi, correct answer. Nachiket, correct answer. Rajat, correct answer. SS, correct answer. Swati, correct answer. Good. Okay, it should be. The town isn't very well known there, and there isn't to see much to see. So few tourists. Okay, few tourists. That is very like negligible. Okay, no one reaches that town. The idea itself. Okay, the town isn't very well known, it there isn't much to see, so the description itself makes it negative. Okay, so we know that this is a negative build up, we know that this is a negative build up. Abhi negative build up abhi tumne kiya, so then obviously you expect an answer where you talk about something that is negligible. Abhi मैं कह रहा हूँ कि यार town तो बड़ा है ना, popular ही नहीं है, कोई नहीं आता वहां पे, तो कोई नहीं आता, तो that means it has to be few. Few means negligible, or few will mean that there are many people who are coming there. या लोकेंद्र, आई बिलीव, क्योंकि यार देखो 2-2.5 घंटा से ज्यादा इंग्लिश कौन पढ़ता है यार. ठीक है, अभी तुम पढ़ सकते हो 2.5 आवर्स, क्योंकि 2.5 आवर्स के तो यार मेरे पास इतना फ्री टाइम रहता है, सो आई पुट अप 2.5 आवर्स के सेशन. ठीक है. सो आई एंजॉय डूइंग दीज डिस्कशंस कि ठीक है वोकैब का डिस्कशन है, ग्रामर का डिस्कशन है. ठीक है, अभी पढ़ने का तो देखो कोई लिमिट नहीं है. अभी तुम्हारे पास 5 hours है इंग्लिश के लिए, तो यू कैन ऑलवेज गो एंड सर्च अदर बुक्स एज वेल, राइट. But otherwise, like if you have limited time, if you have just like 2.5 hours every day, okay, so you can just refer to my session on app and like my session on YouTube, and you will have enough content, because like 2.5 hour का content approximately every day तो मैं ही generate कर देता हूँ. ठीक है. बाकी यू कैन रेफर टू एनी बुक दैट गिव्स यू ऑथेंटिक आंसर्स. ठीक है, एंड गो फॉर क्वेश्चंस दैट आर बेसिक एंड कंसेप्चुअल. बहुत डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चंस में मत पड़ जाना. स्नैप ओमैट्स के अंदर ना डिफिकल्ट सुपर कॉम्प्लेक्स क्वेश्चंस नहीं आते. ठीक है, सुपर कॉम्प्लेक्स क्वेश्चंस का ना टाइम गया. कैट था, वो एक अलग एग्जाम था. द क्वेश्चंस यूज्ड टू बी टफ, द क्वेश्चंस यूज्ड टू बी कॉम्प्लेक्स. नाउ गाइस द क्वेश्चंस आर गोइंग टू बी वेरी बेसिक, very conceptual, and they will have one single logic that will solve the whole question. ठीक है, अभी मल्टीपल लॉजिक वाले क्वेश्चन नहीं आएंगे. ठीक है, अभी जैसे कैट वैट में चलता था ना मल्टीपल लॉजिक, और एक ही क्वेश्चन में तीन तीन चार चार फंडे लग रहे हैं. अभी उतनी कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी नहीं जनरेट होने वाली. ठीक है, और उनमें पढ़ भी मत जाना, तुम्हारा टाइम वेस्ट होगा. ठीक है, जस्ट गो फॉर सच कंसेप्चुअल क्वेश्चंस, वन लॉजिक, आंसर आ गया. ठीक है, उस तरह के. ओके गाइस, लुक एट दिस वन. व्हाट डू यू से? Yes, I'm going to put this one video on analogies. Okay, SS, just check my profile on Unacademy. ठीक है, मैं I will leave a link in the comment box, so you can go and check those videos. Okay, so there is an upcoming video that I have on verbal analogy. Okay, Nachiket says B option होना चाहिए. ठीक है, ठीक है. Okay, Nachiket says B option. Guys, anyone else who can answer this question? Of the three cities, Mumbai, Delhi, and Kolkata, the latter is the dirtiest. Okay, then there is this one option that says no error. So what do you say? Okay, Swati says B option. ठीक है Swati. Chalo, let me answer this question for you. Lokendra says C option. Okay guys, so this is the thing. You use former and latter when you have two things. The first one is called former, and the next one is called the latter. But it can only be used for two things. Okay, so when you have more than two, then you use first, second, and third. First, second, third, and so on. And then the last wala is like last. Okay, so that is for more than two. तो अभी तुम मुझे बताओ कि यहाँ पे दो चीजें हैं कि दो से ज्यादा है. ऑब्वियसली दो से ज्यादा है. ठीक है, सो यू हैव लाइक थ्री सिटीज, मुंबई, दिल्ली एंड कोलकाता. So when you have more than two, obviously now you cannot use a latter and former, because latter and former can be used only for two things or two cities. So what should I do? I would simply say, of the three cities, Mumbai, Delhi and Kolkata, you can say the third one, or you can say the last one. ठीक है, तो बड़ा बेसिक सा कंसेप्ट है. You can use former and latter only when you have two things or two units or two entities, two people. The first wala is called as the former, and the second, like the one is called as the latter. So when you have more than two, you don't use former and latter. Okay, so it should be the last one or the third one. Okay, so guys, this is the answer, B option. Okay, so Nachiket has answered correctly. Swati has answered correctly. Okay, Lakshita has also answered the question correctly. Okay, guys, so moving on to the next question. Okay, have a look at this. So this wood will make a good hiding place. So tell me the underlying word. What is the part of speech? What is the part of speech, guys? This one, this word hiding. Now this is, guys, this is an actual snap question. I believe snap 2019 का question है. ठीक है. This is an actual snap question 2019. Okay, Swati says C option. Guys, anyone else who would like to answer this question? यार क्वेश्चन बहुत बहुत बेसिक है यार. आंसर, यू कैन आंसर दिस, राइट? ओके, दीपशिका से सी ऑप्शन. ओके, ओके, शैल आई डिस्कस दिस? करें डिस्कस अपन? ठीक है, चलो, लेट मी टेक दिस फॉर डिस्कशन. लेट मी टेक दिस फॉर डिस्कशन. Okay, Lokendra says C option. Okay. Okay. So all of you have answered the question correctly. This is basically present participle ing form of the verb acting as an adjective. So the answer is adjective. That is C option. Now, those of you who do not understand this concept, let me give you this hack. Okay, so understand this. When you have ing in a certain word, that is V1 plus ing. Like for example, if I say dancing, remember these concepts. If the ing forms comes with a helping verb, if the ing form comes with a helping verb, then the V1 plus ing is acting as a continuous tense का verb. It's acting as continuous tense का verb. ठीक है, अगर उसमें आपका helping verb आ रहा है तो ठीक है, is MR वगैरह. If you have V1 plus ing acting as an attributive means it is written before the noun. Okay, for example, if I say dancing dolls, now you can see this, that dancing is written before the dolls and dolls itself is a noun. So dancing in this case is called as adjective, and like specifically grammatically speaking, it is basically present participle. ing form जब आपका ना as an adjective act करता है ना, तो उसको हम लोग इंग्लिश में present participle बोलते हैं. So we call this present participle. Okay, so this is present participle adjective form, right? And then there is this one more scenario when you have in a sentence you have the ing form acting as a noun. Okay, so v1 plus ing when it acts as a noun, okay, we call it a gerund. ठीक है, अभी एक shortcut बताता हूँ आपको. When you have v1 plus ing acting as a noun in a sentence, it is either the subject of the sentence or the object of the sentence, because the ing form that is a gerund acting as a noun in a sentence becomes either the subject और द ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ द सेंटेंस. ठीक है, एक एग्जांपल समझाऊं तुम्हें. सपोज जैसे मैंने आपसे कहा डांसिंग इज माय हॉबी, डांसिंग इज माय हॉबी. ठीक है, अभी मैं तुमसे पूछूं कि इसमें डांसिंग क्या है, तो डांसिंग तुम बोलोगे कि सर सब्जेक्ट है. अभी सब्जेक्ट है लेकिन आईएनजी तो आ रहा है ना, दैट मींस this ing wala form is basically a noun, because only noun can become the subject of a sentence. Am I right? So this dancing is my hobby के अंदर dancing is the gerund. ठीक है, so the idea is that the ing form can play all these roles. In this case it's playing the role of an adjective, so in this case it's a present participle ing form of the verb, and that is the answer, C option. Okay, moving on to the next question. Okay guys, so this is the next question that you have on screen. Let's see who can answer this one. Okay, C option. Okay, Deepshika C option, Lokendra C option. ठीक है, anyone else? Okay, SS C option. ठीक है, okay. So guys, okay, Lakshita C option, Lokendra C option. Okay, so almost all of you are answering C option. Okay, so let me tell you the answer. So yes, guys, the answer is C option, because you cannot say return the books back, because return in itself, no, like it is enough to tell you that you are basically talking about returning the books. Okay, so there's nothing like returning back, because this would become repetition, or you will say an error of redundancy. ठीक है, so यहाँ पे repetition हो रहा है, because when you have already said return, okay, it implies that you are like obviously returning the books, so back is not required. So the answer is option C, which most of you have answered. Okay, Lokendra, SS, Nachiket, Lakshita, almost all of the answers that I got were correct answers. Okay, so good. Okay, look at this question. Mohan as well as Sohan are guilty, and D option says no error. Okay, so Deepshika says B option. Okay, Rashi says B option. Okay, Haji, anyone else who can answer this one? Very easy question. Okay, Sankalp B option, Lokendra B option, SS B option. Okay, so good guys, the answer is B option. Okay, all of you have answered correctly. The answer is that you need a singular verb, and this is the reason. When you have two subjects in a compound noun, and those two subjects are attached by this joining word as well as, okay, so you always decide the verb according to the first entity, not the second one. Now, if the first entity, that is X, दैट इज सिंगुलर, ठीक है। तो अगर x सिंगुलर है तो यूज अ सिंगुलर वर्ब, एंड इफ x इज प्लूरल then use a plural verb. Okay, now what are the cases where this rule applies? These are the cases guys, okay, just observe this. तो आपके पास फर्स्ट एंटिटी है, जैसे यहाँ पे मोहन इज x and सोहन is y, right? So when you have such situations like x in addition to y, so you have to look at x only, you have to ignore y. When you have x accompanied by y, x accompanied by y, ठीक है, when you have x together with y, ठीक है, when you have x but not y, ठीक है, when you have x along with y, so these are all cases of subject verb agreement, ठीक है। So guys, इनमें से कोई भी फंडा आता है ना, ठीक है, तो you just look at the x and you decide the verb according to x, you ignore the y. So now come to this question. So you have this this connector as well as, okay, now x is mohan, mohan is singular, and because mohan is singular I need a singular verb. The answer is okay, which is b option. Okay, so so all of you correct answer. Nachiket, Deepshika, Rashi, Sankalp, SS, Lokendra, Lakshita, correct answer. Perfect. Okay, moving on. So this is the next question. Thirty seconds. Okay. Deepshika says B option. Sankalp says B option. Haji guys. Anyone else who can answer this question? SS B option. Okay. Okay, chalo. Let me solve this question for you. So yes, guys, the answer is B option. Okay, Nachiket, SS, Lakshita, Sankalp, Deepshika, correct answer. All of you correct answer. So guys, this is the reason. Now in the word union, though the word union starts with the letter U, okay, but the sound is of Y. It's just like U, okay, union, okay, like U ka sound. It's a consonant sound. Okay, so what are the other words where you have the consonant sound despite the fact that you have the first letter that is actually a vowel? So these are the exception, guys. You have to keep these words in mind. University, universal, okay, united, just like we say united opposition, for example. So the word united, okay, then obviously you have union, then you have unicorn. ओके, सो गाइज रिमेंबर दीज वर्ड्स, ठीक है। बहुत सारे वर्ड्स होते हैं जिनमें जो साउंड आता है वो आपका कंसोनेंट साउंड आता है डिस्पाइट द फैक्ट दैट द फर्स्ट लेटर इज एक्चुअली अ वोवल। So you have the first letter to be a vowel, but then the sound is of the consonant. Okay, and now we all know that articles are decided according to the sound. Okay, so the sound is of a consonant, so that means that यहाँ पे union में आएगा, it should be a union, and the reason I've already described, right? So guys, I hope you got this. Okay, and look at all these words as well, and this will help you to solve a lot of questions. Okay, so guys, the answer is B option. Sure, moving on to the next question. So guys, this is the next question. It's high time you tell me the truth. ओके, एक मैं इसमें थोड़ा सा चेंज कर रहा हूँ। ओके, दिस इज लाइक मिसप्रिंट, दिस इज द ट्रुथ। इट्स हाई टाइम you tell me the truth. Okay, now guys, tell me what is the answer. Okay, so C option, Sankalp C option, Lokendra C option, SS C option. Okay, so guys, I've changed this. Okay, this is actually this. It's high time you tell me the truth. Okay, so the है उसके अंदर, है ना? ठीक है, अभी मुझे बताओ कि इसमें आंसर क्या है। So the is there, right? Okay, the is there. तो the को कंसिडर करो। अभी मुझे बताओ कि आंसर क्या होगा यहाँ पे। Is it no error or is it like still erroneous? What do you say? I'm looking at the chat. Quickly tell me. Okay, Deepshika. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, go on, go on. Guys, anyone else? Okay. Okay, so Deepshika, like that's absolutely fantastic. You have actually told me the exact answer. Okay, so you exactly know that it should not be the V1 form but the V2 form, and यहाँ पे tell की जगह ना told होना चाहिए. Okay, but Diksha, can you tell me the reason for this? Or you have just like, you have just read it from somewhere? Okay, your answer is perfect. Okay, Deepshika, can you just tell me the reason for this? ये told क्यों होना चाहिए? Why told? Why not the V1 form tell? What is the reason why we are using the second form of the verb told here? Quickly guys, anyone who can tell me the reason? देखो आंसर तो सही है, ठीक है, तुम लोगों ने अभी आंसर सही बता दिया, ठीक है, and the answer is that you have to replace tell, that is the V1 base form of the verb, with the second form, that is told. Now, anyone who can tell me the reason why we say that in this context, okay, so Deepshika तुमने इसको फिर learn कर लिया, I have read it somewhere. अच्छा, okay, okay, okay. ओके SS says because it's high time takes V2. ओके ओके, चलो इसका मतलब यार तुम्हें रीजन नहीं पता, तो चलो मैं तुम्हें फंडा बताता हूँ, मैं फंडा बताता हूँ तुम्हें, फंडा बताता हूँ, मैं फंडा बताता हूँ, ठीक है गाइस, तुम लोगों ने कल का सेशन लिया था, उसमें आई टॉक्ड अबाउट समथिंग कॉल्ड एज द सब्जंक्टिव मूड, ओके, एंड देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ सब्जंक्टिव, दैट इज देयर इज वन दैट इज प्रेजेंट सब्जंक्टिव एंड देन देयर इज वन दैट इज पास्ट सब्जंक्टिव। अभी मैं आपको ना रीजन बताता हूँ, पहले एक शॉर्टकट देख लो, ठीक है, एंड देन आई विल टेल यू द रीजन। लुक एट दीज एक्सप्रेशंस, इट्स टाइम, it's about time, and it's high time, ठीक है। In all these cases I use second form of the verb, but second form of the verb here is not the verb, actually it's subjunctive, ठीक है। अभी इन सारे एक्सप्रेशंस में, इन सारे एक्सप्रेशंस में whenever you have this expression, it's time, it's about time, it's high time, always use the second form of the verb in the clause that follows, ठीक है, जो नेक्स्ट जो क्लॉज आएगा उसके अंदर जो मेन वर्ब है ना, उसको सेकंड फॉर्म में डालना। एंड लेट मी टेल यू द रीजन फॉर दिस। So guys, the reason is this: these things are not real. Okay, these are just intentions of people. They are just you can say whims and fancies. ठीक है, अभी जैसे मैं कहता हूँ कि अब टाइम आ गया है कि हमें ये काम करना चाहिए, तो क्या वो काम हो गया? नहीं हुआ। ये आपकी इमेजिनेशन है गाइस, ये आपकी इमेजिनेशन है। जस्ट लाइक इफ आई हैड मनी, okay, now when I say if I had money, do you really have money? Obviously not. Okay, this is just your fig of imagination, this is just your whim, this is just your fancy, and you say if I had money. So when you imagine something in present, then what you use in English is not a tense but a subjunctive. तो कभी भी जब आप है ना किसी चीज को इमेजिन करते हो, अभी जैसे मैं बैठा बैठा ना, मैं यहाँ पे इमेजिन करूँ कि और मेरे पास ना पैसे होते, तो मैं ऐसे बोलूंगा इफ आई हैड मनी, बिकॉज गाइज दिस हैड विच इज सेकंड फॉर्म इज नॉट टेक्निकली अ, is not technically a tense. This is basically what you call as the past subjunctive. That means this is something that is imaginary, and this imagination is depicted by second form, ठीक है। तो गाइज ये कल फंडा मैंने समझाया था कि सेकंड फॉर्म के ना दो रोल्स होता है, एक तो जो होता है वो आपका सिंपल पास्ट टेंस या पास्ट इंडेफिनिट होता है, और एक दूसरा फंडा होता है दैट व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट इमेजिनेशंस एंड थिंग्स व्हिच हैव नॉट रियली हैपेंड, बट देन यू जस्ट हैव दोस थिंग्स का इमेजिनेशन और विम और विश, ठीक है, टू हैपन, okay, then you use second form. So this second form is again not because of the tense, this is not past tense, this is basically subjunctive. Subjunctive is basically your imagination, okay, so you're just imagining something in present, and because you're imagining something in present, instead of V1 you use V2 form, which also depicts the idea of imagination, okay, and this is why the reason is और ये तीन expressions हैं, इनको थोड़ा सा याद रखना, any of these expressions can come in the exam, and in all three cases you have to use the second form. अब इसमें अच्छी चीज ये थी कि भाई तुम लोगों ने आंसर ही याद कर रखे थे, तो तुमने आंसर तो बता दिया, ठीक है, बट देन द रीजन आई हैव टोल्ड यू, ओके, सो दिस इज द रीजन, ओके ओके, बट चलो खैर आंसर आना चाहिए, बाकी तुम लोगों ने आंसर तो दे ही दिया, सो दैट इज गुड, ठीक है, क्योंकि एग्जाम में तो आंसर मैटर करता है, वो चाहे कैसे भी आए। ठीक है, चलो लेट्स सी, लुक एट दिस क्वेश्चन गाइस, टेल मी द आंसर। The book when hit the market will be dogged by controversy. Okay, so Deepshika says B option. Okay, 30 second guys. SS says B option. और क्या होगा भाई बाकी लोग? What do you say? What do you say? Okay, Lokendra says A option. Okay. Sankalp says C option. So guys, there's a lot of variety in this question, right? Okay, so people are answering B option, A option, तो पूरा variety आ रहा है. Rashi says C option, ठीक है. Okay, Sankalp C option, ठीक है. Okay, Nachiket says A option. Okay, chalo, let me tell you the answer. Okay, so Lokendra, correct answer. Nachiket, correct answer. So guys, both of you, Nachiket and Lokendra, perfect. Okay, correct answer. यार बड़ा सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन है, तुमने इसको कैसे गलत कर दिया? देखो फंडा बड़ा सिंपल सा है. अभी ये चीज फ्यूचर में होनी है. That means I'm using the V1 form to talk about something that is still to happen in the future. Now let me give you an example. If I say, for example, if I say, uh, let's say when he arrives, okay, when he arrives, I will call him. ठीक है, तो now look at this situation. Look at this situation. When he arrives, तो यार मैं V1 यूज कर सकता हूँ ना to talk about future. Okay, but then when I use the V1 form, I have to really keep in mind that what is the subject. The subject is singular. Subject is singular means I need a singular verb. That means the verb should have an S ending. So guys, इसमें कुछ था ही नहीं. यहाँ पे ना ये book है, ये subject है. अभी मुझे पता है कि मैं V1 का यूज कर रहा हूँ to talk about future, which is actually possible because yeah, I can use the V1 form to talk about future. Okay, so when I use the V1 form, I have to see whether the V1 is according to the subject or not. तो यहाँ पे तो hit है, तो ये तो plural verb है. अभी सब्जेक्ट तो बुक है, तो क्या हो जाएगा? हिट्स हो जाएगा, बस द आंसर. ओके ओके, स्वाति करेक्ट आंसर, लक्षिता करेक्ट आंसर. सो गाइस, दिस इज द आंसर. Okay, because the subject is singular, the verb should be singular, it should be hits. And obviously I'm using the V1 form here to talk about the future event, and that is something that is obviously possible in English, so there's no problem. Just I have to look at the subject verb agreement का rules. तो गाइस कितना बेसिक क्वेश्चन था, ठीक है. बहुत बार क्या होता है ना कि बेसिक क्वेश्चंस अपन नहीं कैप्चर कर पाते, ओके, फॉर सम रीजन. ओके, सो लाइक दिस इज व्हाट द लॉजिक इज. सो आई होप नाउ ऑल ऑफ यू अंडरस्टैंड. चलो नेक्स्ट पे चलते हैं. ओके, सो गाइस, कमिंग टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. द पेशेंट डाइड बिफोर द डॉक्टर केम. क्विकली, व्हाट इज द आंसर? हाँ जी, क्या आंसर होगा? व्हाट शुड बी द आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन? ओके, दीपशिका सेज ए ऑप्शन. ओके, जल्दी जल्दी, क्विक 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 क्विक. दीपशिका सेज ए ऑप्शन. गाइस, व्हाट शुड बी द आंसर? Rajat says A option. Okay. SS says C option. Lokendra says C option. Good. Okay. Okay. Nachiket A option. Swati says A option. ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है. चलो, let me tell you the answer. Okay, let me tell you the answer. So Deepshika correct answer, Rajat correct answer, Nachiket, Swati correct answer, SS correct answer, Sankalp correct answer, Vidit correct answer. Okay, Prasanna have like yeah, A option. Yeah, Prasanna, that is A option. Like, absolutely. So guys, this is how it is. When you have two events that are happening back to back in past tense, okay, the event that happens first goes in past perfect, and the event that happens afterwards goes in simple past. Simple past मतलब second form आता है, और जो पहले event हो जाता है, that means the former event, that goes in past perfect. So very easily, this is the former event and this is the latter event. Okay, the latter event goes in second form, which is obviously correct here, no problem in that. And this former event, that is the one that happened पहले, okay, should be past perfect. So answer क्या हो जाएगा? Had died. Okay, very simple. This is the answer, right? So very basic question. I think सबने answer कर भी दिया. Okay, so चलो, that's good. But again, like snap is about basic only, so this is how the questions will look like in the actual snap also. So don't worry about that. और यही मैं तुमसे कह रहा था ना, 15 के 15 questions guys correct कर सकते हैं अपन इंग्लिश में. 15 के 15, all 15 correct. Because anyone who is expecting a call from SIBM, you won't be able to do all questions of maths और LR. ठीक है, उसमें टाइम लगता है. इंग्लिश के all 15 you can do. Okay, कोई प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं है. चलो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. ओके, लुक एट दिस वन गाइस. Okay, he said that he will not come. He said that he will not come. Guys, tell me the answer to this question. I'm looking at the chat. Let's see who can tell me this one. Again, a very basic question. एक single concept का question है, ठीक है? You will get this right. Okay, tell me the answer quickly. Okay, Deepshika says B option. Sankalp says A option. Okay, go on. Megha says A option. Okay, Nachiket says B option. Okay, last 10 seconds and then we take it for discussion. Okay, Prasanna says he would. Okay, Lokendra says B option. Okay, good guys. Okay, so Lakshita correct answer, Nachiket correct answer, Lokendra correct answer, Prasanna correct answer, Megha, Sankalp, देखो एक बार वापस से Deepshika correct answer. Okay, so guys, this is what the answer is. The like you use would, which is basically the past form of will. Okay, so reported speech है past tense है देखो sad, said, that is past. Now you never use will or can in past tense. Okay, when you talk about reported speech, that means you are talking about past tense. Okay, in the past will becomes would and can becomes could. ठीक है, तो अभी तुम पास्ट टेंस की बात कर रहे हो तो यार उसने मुझे कहा था, ही सेड दैट, मतलब पास्ट की बात हो रही है, रिपोर्टेड स्पीच है, ही सेड दैट. Okay, so you cannot use the will, okay, which is basically wrong. Okay, you should say he said that he would not come. Okay, so you have to convert will into would. Okay, so that is the correct answer. This is B option. Okay, and that is the answer, which I think many of you have already answered correctly. Okay, so guys, this is the concept. When you have reported speech, convert will to would and convert change can to could. ओके, विल को पुट कर देना और कैन को पुट कर देना. ठीक है, आई होप यू गॉट दिस. ओके, लुक एट दिस क्वेश्चन. इट्स टाइम यू लेफ्ट फॉर स्कूल. हाँ जी, व्हाट डू यू थिंक, व्हाट शुड बी द आंसर? यस प्रसन्न, आई कैन यूज दैट फॉर अ पर्सन, एब्सोल्युटली. ओके, दैट को आप यूज कर सकते हो, बिल्कुल यूज कर सकते हो. ठीक है, दैट कैन बी यूज फॉर लिविंग थिंग्स एंड एज वेल एज नॉन लिविंग थिंग्स, लाइक नॉन लिविंग एंड लिविंग पर्सन दोनों के लिए यूज हो जाता है दैट. दिस इज वन ऑफ दोज रिलेटिव प्रोनाउंस दैट कैन बी अप्लाइड टू बोथ लिविंग एज वेल एज नॉन लिविंग. Okay, so Nachiket B option, Swati B option, Lokendra B option, Megha Agarwal B option. Guys, अब देखो यार, अभी तो अपन ने पढ़ा है, गड़बड़ कैसे कर दी. ठीक है, what happened? See, देखो, you have this leave, this is the V1 form. ठीक है, अभी अपन क्या पढ़ के आया था, अभी तो मैंने पूरा लिखा था ना उसमें, it's time, it's about time, it's high time. In all these three cases we use the second form. Why we use the second form? Because this is past subjunctive. And what is past subjunctive? Past subjunctive talks about things that are not real. They are just your intentions, they are just your imaginations. ठीक है, तो अभी यहाँ पे मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि देखो अभी टाइम आ गया है, तुम्हें स्कूल चले जाना चाहिए, तो एक्चुअली दिस इज नॉट रियलिटी, दिस इज समथिंग दैट इज जस्ट योर फिगर ऑफ इमेजिनेशन. ओके, दिस इज गाइज, दिस इज द पास्ट सब्जेक्टिव. और आपको लर्न ही करना है तो ऐसे लर्न कर लो. When you have these expressions, it's time, it's high time, it's about time. Okay, you use the second form of the verb. So what is the second form of the verb leave? It is left. So what is the second form? Left. तो second form तो आ रहा है ना, no error. Yes, Deepshika, correct answer. Okay, so देखो ऐसे गड़बड़ हो जाती है. ठीक है, so I hope you got the logic right. Okay, so the concept was that whenever you have these expressions, it's time, it's high time, it's about time, we always use the second form of the verb. Okay, so that is correct. Yes, we have used the second form of the verb, and the answer is D option. No error. There's no error in this sentence. Answer is D. Okay, sure. Next question. Okay, coming to the next question. So you have to mark the synonym. Okay, SS, you use the school when you use school as a term for the secondary purpose, and you use school when you use it for primary purpose. ठीक है, तो school आप लिखोगे सिर्फ. ठीक है, in fact school ही नहीं, you have these terms school, you have college, okay, you have temple, okay, you have prison, okay, then you have hospital. Okay, so when I use it for the primary purpose, when I use it for the primary purpose मतलब स्कूल में कोई पढ़ने जाता है. ठीक है, so never use definite article, never use the. When I use talk about primary, when you use it for the secondary purpose, ठीक है, अभी स्कूल में कोई पेरेंट टीचर्स मीट हो गई, सेकेंडरी पर्पस के लिए है तो then you use the article with it. ठीक है, और ये सारे टर्म्स ध्यान रखना, ये एग्जाम के अंदर आते हैं. ठीक है, सेकेंडरी पर्पस में आप हॉस्पिटल स्कूल वगैरह के अंदर इसमें द यूज कर रहे हैं, डेफिनेट आर्टिकल, राइट. Chalo. Okay, so guys, I can see a lot of you have answered the question correctly. Okay, A option, A option, A option. Okay, Deepshika correct answer, Mega correct answer, Sankalp correct answer, uh, and Rajat correct answer. Okay, guys, that is what the correct answer is. Absolutely. Okay, so the answer is dexterity. Because see, when you say you have a knack for something, that means you have the skill for that thing. So what we are referring to here is the idea of skill. Now you have a lot of words in English like adroitness, okay, uh, dexterity, okay, to have knack for something, right? So all these words they talk about skill. On the other hand, you have words like maladroit, awkward, clumsy, okay, maladroit, inept. तो ये सारे antonyms हो गए हमारे. Okay, obviously these words talk about the idea of lack of skill. So when I say awkwardness, clumsiness, disability, maladroit, inept, okay, so they all talk about lack of skill. So in this case, these words like awkwardness, clumsiness, and disability, etc. Okay, they are all antonyms, and the synonym is dexterity. Okay, which is basically the synonym for skill. And then you have all the other options like adroitness, dexterity, knack, finesse. Then you have words like adapt. Okay, like he's adapted surgery, adapt, adept, adapt नहीं, adept. Okay, mastery. Okay, then you have aptitude. Okay, aptitude भी use कर सकते हो. You have aptitude for something, aptitude. Okay, सारे के सारे words. Aptitude, adaptness, knack, dexterity, adroitness. Okay, so all these words are related to the idea of skill. I think almost all of you have answered it correctly. Okay. Okay, yes, virtuoso is also one of those words that talk about your proficiency in something. ठीक है. हाँ, वो भी आप कर सकते हो, बट उसका थोड़ा सा contextual meaning कुछ cases में ही लग पाता है. Because यार क्या होता है ना कि जैसे कुछ words हैं, जैसे maestro एक word है. Now maestro is not commonly used in every situation. Okay, you use maestro only in specific situations, though it also refers to the idea of someone who is skillful in a certain way. Okay, but then it's only employed in certain contexts like music and arts. ठीक है, तो वो चीज है थोड़ी सी जो ध्यान रखनी है. Okay, so guys, coming to the last question. So that is premonition. So tell me what's the idea, and let me tell you इसमें पूछा क्या हमसे. You have to tell me. Let's see. Tell me the synonym. Tell me the synonym to this word. Okay. Premonition, pre-signs, omen. Okay, good, 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 good. Absolutely. Clairvoyance, prognosis, board, foreboard. Okay, forewarn, adumbrate, intuition, and hunch. So, guys, you can look at all these words. These are the words that commonly go as synonym with the idea of something that gives you an idea of future. Okay, there's one more, prophecy. Okay, and those of you who have seen my session on what we say as the grouping technique, clusters. So it's always a good idea to group words and then see which words form a common category. Because category में क्या होता है ना कि अपने को चीजें ज्यादा याद रहती है. It's easier for our memory. So premonition is something that gives you an indication of future. Prescience, again, pre means पहले से, science means knowledge. So when you have knowledge of something beforehand, that is your premonition or the idea of future. Omen is basically an indication that you see in the environment that tells you what can happen in the future. Clairvoyance comes from the two root clair and voyance. Voyance in French means vision. Clair means clear. So clairvoyance essentially converts as clear vision. Okay, so when you can see the future, when you can see the future, so when you can see the future, that is clairvoyance. Prognosis. आप डॉक्टर्स के पास जाते हो, डॉक्टर्स आपको बताते हैं कि डिजीज का प्रोग्रेशन कैसा होगा. दे विल टेल यू दैट वेदर द प्रोग्नोसिस इज गुड और द प्रोग्नोसिस इज बैड. So what is prognosis? Prognosis is basically your sense of what can happen to the disease in the future. So prognosis is basically the idea of future. Intuition. यार intuition हो रहा है कि कुछ खराब होने वाला है. What is intuition? Intuition is basically that feeling that something that can happen in the future. Hunch, prophecy. Now you have the prophets. Why do we call Prophet Muhammad as Prophet Muhammad? Who is a prophet? A prophet is essentially a person who can see the future. Who is a soothsayer? Now Bejan Daruwala, who basically was like one prominent soothsayer, okay, died recently. Now, what is a soothsayer? Who is a soothsayer? A soothsayer is a person who can tell you the future. Okay, what is an oracle? An oracle is a person or an instrument that can show you the future. तो यार बहुत सारे वर्ड्स हैं फ्यूचर से रिलेटेड ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे अपने पास कौन सा वर्ड है, लेट्स सी. सो प्रेमोनिशन इज देयर and very clearly guys we have this one word for warning. That means the warning of something that can happen in the future. So yes, all of you have answered correctly, and what you can see on the screen are some other synonyms, and you can always collect these synonyms. And you can keep these words in mind. Okay, I will put in the comment box one of the videos that I have on learning words. Okay, so where I discuss the technique of what you say clustering. Okay, so I make cluster of words and then I try to understand these words in context. ठीक है, तो ये बहुत अच्छी टेक्निक है and I think many of you can get benefited from that technique. It helped me to learn learn a lot of words, and then I was able to like cultivate a good vocabulary with that. Okay, so when I started doing vocabulary around 10 years back, okay, so this was one technique that helped me learn a lot of words. Okay, so guys, that is all for today's session, and let's one before winding the session, just few messages. Okay, so guys, I think you have already downloaded the Unacademy app. नहीं download की तो download कर लेना भाई. ठीक है, when you go in for the plus subscription, okay, use the code of like whoever is the faculty who help you the most. Okay, so मेरा code तुम use कर सकते हो. You can use this code. Now guys, those of you who haven't downloaded the app, okay, can use this referral code. तो अभी क्या है कि जैसे आप अगर free content भी use करते हो, ठीक है, so you can always use the referral code. Okay, so this is the referral code and you can use this, and you can suggest it to some people. ठीक है, obviously आपने 2021 का नहीं करना आपको, तो you can suggest it to some of your friends, anyone who wants to buy this paid version, right? ठीक है, तो this is one code, and you can tell it to your friends, and maybe like some of them, if they're interested in getting the plus wala subscription, okay, so they can always use this code. Okay, so this is my code. It will get you a 10% discount, and otherwise, if even if you don't want to buy the plus wala, okay, still you can use it as a code to access the free content. Okay, so these are some of the other courses, and okay, so guys, that's it for the session today. I would put the links to other sessions that I have in the comment box once the session is done, and I hope I added some value. Okay, yes, ऐसे यार वो actually session ना analogy का अभी होगा. ठीक है, I will put the link of my profile. I want you to follow me on the Unacademy app so that you can get access to whatever sessions I take. Okay, and you can then obviously attend these sessions, right? Okay, chalo guys, so that would be all, and I see you tomorrow in the next session, same timing. Okay, thank you very much.